A lot of times the horror of war was so fast and over so quickly, you didn't even know what happened. Long-range sniper fire, the bullet will hit the target before you hear the crack of a rifle. RPG fires, like, they don't have big contrails. It's just this little piece of graphite lead that goes over your head and you're like, well, what the fuck? Oh God, I know what that, like, oh wait, I know. When things like that would happen, I would have gaming to take my mind off things. My name is Steve Machuga. I am the founder of Operation Supply Drop. We're a military gaming charity that builds video game care packages for soldiers deployed to combat zones and recovering in military hospitals.
All right, let's see if we can make that happen.
First supply drop we sent out was November 2010. A buddy of mine who was my driver in Iraq, he got out for a while, re-enlisted, and then was immediately deployed to Afghanistan. He said, hey, I don't know if there's anything you can do to help me out, but I know you were looking to help out, and I wanted to help him. Oh, here we go. The fuzzy star of the show. Come on, pups. Dan Amrick, One of Swords, was really the impetus behind getting this thing started, because he sent like boxes and boxes of Guitar Hero bundles and DJ Hero bundles. I sent it downrange to Afghanistan, I sent it to Jeff and his crew. Obviously you send like $3,000 worth of video games to somebody, they're gonna, hey, where'd you get that from? In my head, I know exactly what we have. You just kind of get creative and just, all right, well, I'll put one of these in here and one of these in here. And I mean, it's all inventoried, but it's a matter of, you know, just trying to divvy things up so guys are getting a whole bunch of good stuff. So let's see what else we got. When I was deployed overseas, the care packages we got ranged from horrific to middling at best. The thought was there, like people wanted to help out, civilians wanted to help, but they don't know what guys really want. Right now the boxes are 20 by 20 by 20, and then 70 pounds is the max no matter what the size is. That's one console, you know, 360 or PS3, whatever we have in stock, usually a couple controllers, a headset, and we've got a bunch of great headset developers like Astro and Plantronics, and they're great. Usually 20 to 30 games, you know, and then whatever swag we get. Games units, they're these mobile cases that have a monitor built into them, and those things, I have one upstairs that I use when my wife wants to spend quality time together. They're always a pleasure when we have those because they make such a difference over there. It has to be a deployment changer. Like anybody that gets one of those things, they will remember that for the rest of their lives. And I'm glad that we were a part of that, like making that hellhole a little more enjoyable. To September '04. I go home on leave this evening. My Uber computer. I guess it's kind of that prison mentality where unless you've been there, you don't know what it's like. So you have this image in your head of what you see in, you know, Vietnam War films or something, where it's just like this 23.5 hours a day of chaos where you're just getting shot at and, you know, going outside the wire all the time. And it's not. If you're not outside the wire and you're not on patrol or you're not doing something, there is a lot of sitting around and just waiting for things to happen. Mosque being built. Can't remember what the story was behind it right now, but here's the Myco. As you can see here on the roof is where the mortar impacted that one day. Caved the roof in. Gotta love, yes, that's where I work. Time's very weird over there. It's very slow, it drags on. I have no idea what's going on back home. You know, I had to leave my newborn son and I haven't seen him, or my wife might be cheating on me, or my parents are sick, or whatever crazy things that are going on that you can't affect. It's infuriating because you can't do anything from there. Gaming just has that ability to take your mind, because you have to be actively engaged in it. You can't just sit back and let it wash over you. Like, how many times have you tried to read a book where you're not in it and you're reading that same paragraph 6 times? You're like, I have no idea what I just read. Like, you are 100% engaged in order to proceed, you know, so. Video games is a magnificent way to chew through those hours, and it worked for me. I'll never forget the first time I sat in front of the no-nonsense 8-bit Nintendo, and I saw Super Mario Brothers for the first time. And the only time I'd ever run into that was at an arcade. And to see a one-for-one translation of that game to your house, it was just like this mind-blowing experience. Yeah, you could tie every major part of my life to a game launch or game release or something. Like, I remember coming back from Iraq, and the first thing I remembered was going, hey, World of Warcraft is out next month. Like, the very first release of World of Warcraft.
We had 2 separate apartments when he got back, and I think it was easier for him to just sort of process and do whatever it was emotionally that he needed to do on his own. I don't know if it was because I wouldn't understand or if he just didn't want to burden me with it.
When I got back from Iraq, like, gaming was a huge part of getting me transitioned back into reality because, man, I don't know how it would have just gone away, but having something to actively distract me from my, at the time, phobias, my irrational beliefs that everything was going to blow up around me. War does weird things to you.
He always was a video game guy, but I really noticed that when he needed to escape, that was sort of his escape. So rather than, you know, just sitting in a room by himself, he would play video games. And it's a part that I've understood more through the charity. I guess I didn't realize that video games could actually be important.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you why it feels great. I mean, it's that, it just, again, it's kind of that same mentality where you're not thinking about, all right, tomorrow I got this presentation with the boss and, oh, this didn't go well today, or, oh, I've got a big long day, or I've got to work the weekend, or... Nice try, asshole. As you can see here, this is where the brunt of all the donations end up going. The stuff that I'm waiting to inventory is right here, and then the stuff that has been inventoried is all over here in the Space Mountain looking craziness that we get over here.
It's just completely, as you've seen, taken over the downstairs. It's okay. I've gotten used to the man cave clutter.
Wizards of the Coast literally brought $250,000 worth of Magic cards, and we're stuffing them all over. I don't know if they're still up here or not, but like things like this, like you'll just, we got donations everywhere.
All right, what's the magic number?
Oh, that's not bad, 55.
55? Okay.
Load them up.
T-shirts?
Yep.
Do you have other swag?
No, I think that's good. Just load them up with t-shirts, let's close it up.
There's a part of it as you're filling them, I just keep picturing what it's gonna look like when they open them up and what their faces are gonna look like. So I try to pack it up really well. I'm usually the one that he'll hand everything to me and I kind of put it in just so, because I want it to really look aesthetically nice when they open it.
Oh, pull that out.
No way, dude.
The PS4.
Dude. Oh,
no.
Shit. What is that?
What is it?
It's a VCR.
Batzel, turn it around. Turn it around. You're a gamer, right?
Is that the new PS4?
What is an alien's face on a computer mean?
Oh shit. Oh my god.
Alright, what else is in there? Keep it up.
And for y'all who don't know, I needed to give a name for a game, and the first gamer that popped in my head was Basil. Basil was in here 4 o'clock in the morning, bundled up on the couch, playing WoW on the computer, playing WoW on the TV on his little laptop. So I put his name in for this, and it came from Basil, and I'm glad he got it.
That's the best part, is getting those pictures back, where you see stuff that you've had your hands on and you're like, all right, and you get the sob story about how they had nothing to do, and you see a bunch of guys standing around this Operation Supply Drop box or something like that. It's just, you can see our stickers on it, and it's just like, oh, that's great. And they're holding up different stuff, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get that back to the donors, like, because that's the best part, like the feedback loop. Like, it's that mentality, like, all this was worth it. This third year's been pretty spectacular. And like the first year we raised $20,000. The second year we raised $110,000 in games and gear and all the stuff you have behind us. And then this year we raised over $530,000 worth of stuff. And as you saw yesterday, the packages are still coming in every day. So I'm looking forward to, now that we've got a little bit of a budget and a couple people to help kind of figure things out. I'm interested to see where this is going to go.